Hello guys, welcome back again to my channel. This is day 7 of brooding here in Buka's farm, and I want to show you some things you must consider while brooding. So as you can see, if you look closely, you may realize that I've removed the brooder paper I was using from day 1 to day 5, and I want to share with you some things you must be checking on after you have removed the brooder paper. And this is very important so that you don't lose your chicks. If you look closely here, you will realize that those chicks have developed their feathers. If you look closely, you will realize that they have developed their feathers a little bit, and they are using those feathers to play with the sawdust. And at this point, when they are playing with the sawdust, they are always pouring sawdust inside their water. And this sawdust that they are pouring inside their water, it will make them not to consume this water any longer. The taste of the water is going to change because of the sawdust, and again they are not going to be consuming it. And the sawdust again, it is not perfect for the chicks, it is not perfect for their body. So how I usually do it is, anytime they have poured dust inside this their water, because I'm checking them regularly, I always remove the sawdust from the water. And this is the easiest way I usually do it. Now, some people use hand to remove the sawdust from the water, as you can see. But this is not advisable because it will make this place watery, and they might even try picking the water. So this is how I do it. I have this that I usually use to remove the sawdust from the water. And how I usually do it is, whenever I come inside my farm and I notice this in their water, when they are playing with the sawdust, they will end up pouring it inside the water. And this is the easiest way I do it. I usually remove the water. I usually remove the water and then I'll pour it here and I'll put it back for them. As you can see, I've put it back and they have started drinking the water again. As you can see, they are now drinking the water, unlike before, because of the sawdust. And this one again, I will just remove the water and I will now put it here again. Then I'll put the water back here again. As you can see, this particular chick is playing with sawdust and it is pouring that sawdust inside this particular water. So it is very important to pay a very close attention at this point. So it is much advisable because, as you can see, this sawdust is very tiny. If you can be able to provide wood shaving for them, it is much advisable. For wood shaving, they won't be able to play with wood shaving because it is not tiny. But due to this sawdust is very tiny, whenever they are playing with the sawdust, it will be pouring inside their water. And at the end of the day, they will end up not drinking the water. And if you are not paying close attention to your chicks, you will realize that they won't progress because they are not drinking the water, and sometimes they will be pouring it inside their feed, which I usually remove the sawdust. As you can see, this is, if you look closely, you will see sawdust in this their feed, which I usually remove those sawdust. Even their poop, I usually remove it from their feed and water. And for their water, as you can see, I'm keeping it on top this stone to raise it from the ground, and they are still able to drink from it. So you always have to pay close attention whenever you are keeping the water back, so that you don't keep it on top of your chick, because when you keep it on top of your chick, you will definitely lose that particular chick. So always pay a very close attention. And the reason why I raised the water from the ground is to prevent them from pouring much sawdust inside the water. And you have to pay a very close attention at this period. So if you have any available wood shaving, it usually have a bigger particle unlike this sawdust. Then it is much advisable that you use wood shaving instead of using sawdust, so that this your chicks won't be able to play with wood shaving and be pouring it inside the water. Even if they are to play with it, you won't have much wood shaving inside your water. So always pay a very close attention to this your chicks. You need to pay a very close attention, else you will end up losing your chicks. This is their day 7 and they have started developing their feathers. As you can see, they have started developing their feathers. Some of them are now flying. Some of them are now flying on top of this their feathers, which sometimes they will enter inside this their feeders and they won't be able to come out. So you need to pay a very close attention so that anytime you find anyone inside this place, you will be able to remove it. You will be able to help that particular chick out from there. So this is their day 7 and I think they are doing perfectly fine. And again, if you are using this type of drinker, you need to pay a very close attention. If you look here right now, you will realize that there is no water here. And when you pay a very close attention, you will now see that there is no water, and you will set the drinker perfectly so that water will start to rush out from the drinker. So you need to be paying a very close attention to this your little chicks, else you might end up losing your chicks for many reasons which you won't know unless you are paying very close attention to your chicks.